Big game breakdown. Raptors and the Rockets in Toronto at the Air Canada Centre tonight. Right now, we've seen a fair bit of Houston money in early betting action this morning. Rockets, we're in the 1.5 range. They've been bet up to 2.5 at many locations. 220.5 the total, so nothing but Houston money. And of course, you can understand why. The Rockets have won 17 straight games, and they've done it in impressive fashion. 17-0 for Houston. That's the best run of any team in the NBA this season. That being said, let's not forget about what Toronto is doing right now. The Raptors, they're 13-1 in their last 14 ball games. The only loss coming in OT. I believe it was the first game coming right out of the break. They lost to Milwaukee at home in overtime. Raptors are playing pretty impressive basketball, way under the radar compared to what the Rockets are doing when it comes to publicity. If you look at the full season numbers, wow, they both look pretty good. You know, the Rockets offense, number 2, Toronto, number 4, Rockets defense, number 9, the Raptors, number 3. But of course, as we've talked multiple times in the show in recent weeks, when we just isolate Houston stats with Chris Paul in the lineup, their defensive numbers significantly better than the number 9 overall ranking for the season. What's the most impressive part of this Rockets run? I'll tell you what it is. Yeah, they're 17-0. That's impressive. But they've done it against a freaking brutal schedule. This doesn't happen. Teams go on 17-0 runs when they're facing a bunch of lottery teams. Not Houston. Since the All-Star break, this is going to be their 8th straight game against a team with a winning record. It's going to be their 7th straight court change. 6 of these games have been on the road. They're going to have 13 court changes in 14 games before settling in at home in late March. This is a brutal, brutal slate of games for the Houston Rockets. And yet, look at the numbers post-break, man. Better than they were pre-break. It's legitimately impressive. The offense, more than 2.5 points better. The defense, more than 1.5 better. Across the board, the Rockets stats show nothing about this is fraudulent, despite all the tough travel and all the tough competition. This is a deep team, much deeper than we thought they were, perhaps at the beginning of the season, and yet still not a happy squad. They still talking hungry, big time. Chris Paul, we have to put more force into the game. We do it in spurts. We have to figure out ways to do it more often. Mike D'Antoni talking about those comments that Chris Paul made. That's something we have to talk about. We got used to having these real big first quarters. We've kind of fallen into that trap because our defense is getting better. We need to pick up the pace also. Note that comment. Pick up the pace, a team that's played at the slowest pace in the NBA in recent weeks. DeMar DeRozan, I mean, honestly, if you're going to ask me, I'd probably give him MVP. I really do. Certainly over the last month, he's been the best player, as good as anybody in the NBA. I'd probably give LeBron the MVP because LeBron's the best player in basketball. But DeRozan's going to be number 2 on that list. The bottom line is all-around games. But this is something we talked about a couple times on the show this year. The all-around game is better because he's developed a three-point shot. He spent the offseason working on the three-pointer, and lo and behold, that opens up the spacing for his assists as well. You look at the assists per game. Look at that graphic. You know, by far the highest of his career this season, along with the made three-pointers, the highest of his career. And despite the fact that he's taking long shots, he's shooting them well. The offensive efficiency numbers for DeMar DeRozan, better and better and better each of the last 4 years. Those are good numbers. You know, Toronto, again, they have the depth to attack Houston. They might be the rare team that has the momentum and the depth to really attack the squad offensively. And look, the first meeting, that's exactly what they did. They're not going to try to slow the game down, I don't think, against Houston. The first meeting, they ran them out of the gym, plus 6.5. They won the game 129-113. Now, there was no Chris Paul in that contest, but here's what Dwayne Casey had to say about this contest tonight. Quote, "I'm hoping we have a hot gym. The fans get so excited, they make it a hostile situation for Houston." There's a lot of love for Toronto in Toronto right now. This, maybe of all the games that the Rockets have won, they've been so impressive. This might be the toughest of the bunch. No interest for this better in stepping in front of the Raptors tonight. Toronto has this game circled. They beat Houston once already, and they're playing bet on basketball. If I'm playing, I want the home dog, not the road favorite. Friday, conference tourney quick hitter. Stay tuned right here on SportsBit coming up next. Like the show? Help us keep the lights on. Please make sure to comment, share, and subscribe to all the Sportsbook Review videos. Thanks so much. Best of luck. Enjoy the games.